Who can it be now? Who can it be now? Who can it be now? What's good? What's good? Man, I know I've been a stranger to my lives, but I've been placing videos up on this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you who are subscribing to this channel, I appreciate it. We're getting there. I'm at 842, trying to get to 1,500, maybe 2,000 subscribers so we can get this thing popping. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Please continue to share. But I want to say this really quickly. I'm not going to make it long. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, but I'll try to get to one issue at a time. I don't like to kind of mince them up. But this white woman, Shiloh Hendricks, she's in the news for referring to an autistic little black boy as, the N-word. It is outrage, and rightfully so, because that's a racial slur. It's a racial slur. It was created as a slur against black people out of hatred, to degrade, to demean. If they could use the N-word to whisk us off the planet or whisk us away from humanity, they would use that word to do that. And it was done by one group. It was originated by one group in this country. And then it moved on over to other countries. And so she was able to use the N-word and monetize it. It was $650,000 raised by other people who feel the same way she does about using the N-word towards blacks. And of course, she's lying like she's been receiving death threats, and I have to move my family. We're all being threatened. What's up, bro? Hey, Travel Smart, what's up? I have to move my family and all of that. So I get it. And everything she's getting, that racist, ignorant bitch deserves it. And I want us to continue that same energy. You know how we get on white folks when they, say the N-word? I want black people to get on our ass, and others who are against that racial slur. But also I want to say this, and because I don't subscribe to the word. I guess, you read history and the history of people's trauma, you understand what that means, but somehow we've been bamboozled or cajoled or tricked into making that word a normalized word to refer to not only, I'm talking about black people, not only to the blacks, but we call other races of people the N-word. Like, you got an Asian friend, yeah, N-word. If you got a white friend, yeah, N-word. And then someone will say, well, I use the N-word when I'm describing guys. All kinds of excuses to use the N-word. They're black folks. The rappers are paid by white ran organizations such as record labels and Hollywood movie studios, black entertainers and white entertainers and Asian entertainers, and actors and actresses. They all get paid to use the N-word. But you know what they don't get paid to say? The racial slurs that are attached to other groups that white people came up with it. You never hear them. You don't hear them in the movies, in rap music or R&B music, or even in any kind of low-budget movie referring to Jews as kikes, small hats. They're never referred to by their racial slur. Isn't that interesting? You never hear Asians being called their racial slurs like slant-eye, gook, Charlie, rice patty, none of that. Yellow belly, none of that. You never hear Mexicans being referred to as wetbacks, river swimmers, wall crawlers, fence jumpers. They never called any of their racial slurs. Indian people we call towel head, curry, and or you never hear Arabs being called sand nigger. You never hear none of that. You never hear, who else? Puerto Ricans and Latinos called spick. None of this. You never heard Fat Joe, a Cuban and Puerto Rican, came a song that said, "My niggas don't dance. We just pull up our pants." He didn't say, "My spics don't dance. We just pull up our pants." Y'all notice that? Who else? Even like subgroups like LGBT, you can't say fag, dyke, tranny. You can't say any of those things without some immediate repercussion. Rappers don't dare say fag. They don't say anything disrespectful about the subgroups. They don't attack white women, and when we're upset when we hear somebody white use the word, say the N-word, don't just knock them out. Knock out anybody who used that racial slur that was created as a form of traumatizing black people, foundational black Americans. Yeah, you even got Africans and people from India. Y'all seen the videos, nigga, nigga, nigga. Oh, they understand. All of them understand why their words created for foundational black Americans. And so for you dum-dums to try to justify and rationalize usage, you're the problem. And I didn't leave out the racial slurs for white folks. They don't use any of their racial slurs in their movies referring to other white folks. Devils, crackers, what else? Honky. None of it. They don't use none of those racial slurs. But somehow even Asians, Indians, Pakistanis, white Jews, everybody says nigga. Everybody monetizes nigga. So everybody who's upset about that Shiloh Hendricks woman using the racial slur, you're rightfully so. You should be upset. But we should also check each other. I have a friend in Memphis. She always said, Rico, it's because we don't love ourselves that we allow us to be treated this way, and we also we treat ourselves like crap because we don't love ourselves. And I extend that, and I add to that by saying, when you don't love yourself, you don't protect yourself. Every group has a protection around the racial slurs that were thrown on them by people who hate them. And so they use all the racial slurs that the people who hate them against us. And so it's going to be, if we want the racial slur to go away sincerely and stop socking white folks in the face and all of that, and I'm not going to say don't do it because they shouldn't be saying it. And then you got all this nonsense. You got these ignorant, lowbrow blacks. I'm black. I can say it. That's stupid. You should be socked in the face along with the Caucasian that uses it. And there should be legislation behind it, just like legislation is behind everyone else's racial slur. So yeah, she got a little money because it lets you know there are a lot of people who are sending money to her. What's that? It's not GoFundMe, but GoSend, whatever that GoSend. And I think they're trying to reach that organization and say, hey, she's raising money off of the hate and trauma of another race of people. They're trying to get it stopped where she can't receive the money. I'm for all of that. But what I'm for mostly is for us to understand what Dr. Claude Anderson's been trying to teach us for 45, 50 years. How to behave appropriately under racism, white supremacy. See, when we're around here using the N-word, and that's not justifying or giving excuse or cover to a racist. You can't repeat the racist behavior. You can't repeat the racist. And then when a racist behaves as the racist, you're a racist, and call him a racist. No, you can't do that. I mean, you shouldn't, because it doesn't seem right mentally. Doesn't make sense. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm all for it. We need to get every group of blacks that allow people to pay them to use nigger in movies, in commercials, in songs, all of that. It needs to be cut out because they can't say kike for Jews. They can't say faggot in movies. They can't say dyke. They can't say slant eye for Asians, sand niggers for Middle Easterns or Arabs, towel head. They can't say none of that. In movie, I don't give a damn. Well, it's artistic. No, Because if it's about art, they'll be saying kike, small hats for Jews, faggots for LGBT and trannies and weirdos. They'll be saying spick for Latinos, spick, wetback for Mexicans, river swimmer, fence jumper. They'll be saying that for Mexicans. Y'all understand? And please spare me. Well, they call each other beaner and all that. Who gives a shit? That's not something you hear often, but you hear the N-word just thrown around. And then you had Ice Cube say some dumb shit. And I like Ice Cube. When he was talking to Bill Maher. Y'all remember that? Go back to that Bill Maher show when Bill Maher told this little, I guess trying to be funny, he said, well, no, but I'm a house nigga. You know, he said that on his show because y'all be playing with these white Democrats and these Jews too much. And so he got comfortable and said that. So he received a little backlash. And they brought the wrong people on there to check his little weird ass, little racist funk ass. They brought Eric Michael Dyson, the worst motherfucker. He went on there with that ignorant word salad that he does. Then Ice Cube would say, no, man, they weren't cool. That's our word. No, it's not our word, Ice Cube. It's not our word, Eric Michael Dyson. It's their word. It came up out of their guts. It came up out of their bios. It came up out of their wretched souls. It's not our word. Just like kike is not a word for Jews. Spick is not a word from Hispanics. Wetback and the beaner, fish jumper, river swimmers, not for Mexicans. You got it? Sand nigger is not for Arabs. Towel head for Muslims. White Muslim is not for them. So that's not our word either, Ice Cube, and others who believe in that dumbass philosophy. And again, I like Ice Cube, but he missed the boat on that. So if you want to get these racists checked, get some real scholars on there to check these crackers. Yeah, I said it. But anyways, your man, Rico the Opinionist. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. So yeah, and you know, I can go either way. It's one you holler the N-word, you at the Kroger, and they get mad at you, holler, nigger! No, go on, knock them into 4 aisles. It is what it is. But also, we need to have that same energy, but when we using it, because for me, it still hurts the same way. It still carries the same weight of sting, that same traumatic bang to it. Same thing. So, all right, I'm done. I think y'all get the message. It's your man Rico, the Opinionist. I'll talk to y'all later. See y'all in the next video. Peace. Got my feet. Oh, here you go. Hold on, y'all. There you go.